Okay, 20 days until we shoot this project. And the past 28 hours, I've just been seeing everything that's happening in the world. So I'm feeling very drained. I'm feeling very tired, a little bit lost. And that's why we need creativity the most right now. So 20 days, let's talk location. I think location at first when we decided to do this project was going to be our photographer, Erin, who's amazing. She has a great space out in Camp Hill, and we were going to use that, but the problem was that I realized that it was an empty space. So that means I would need the resources and the money to fill it, to make it look like an office, right? Because that's what I wanted, that's what I envisioned. So as I'm kind of like looking into what it would cost to do that, I'm like, okay, I don't know if I can do that. I don't know if I can afford that. Where would I store everything? So my good friend Jen ended up recommending me just randomly to go check out this really cool communal workspace in downtown Lancaster. It's called the Candy Factory. So I go in, and the second I go in, I'm like, this is it, honey. This is where I want to be. This is it. So I think sometimes it just takes going to a couple different spaces and then being in that space and being like, yes. I also want to support local businesses in general. So I think that was really cool. The founder's a woman. And that's also what I want to support as well. Obviously, this project is for the girls. So went to the Candy Factory. It was amazing. I ended up cornering the CEO that day and was like, hey, can I talk to you? Presented what we're doing, and she was like, yeah, let's do it. So we had a tour. Ash and I had a tour of the full space because they have multiple spaces, but I really wanted the main hall because it had everything that I wanted. It has this amazing spiral staircase. It has desks. It has multiple private offices. It has a kitchen. It has a little lounge area. So it looked very lived in, very cozy already. And even though I am renting the space, for what I'm paying and for the time that we get, it's very low. I think that a lot of spaces will collaborate with you, especially if you have something that they truly want to believe in and want to push. So yeah, I think when you're doing something creatively and you need a space, just you got to put yourself out there, and you also kind of have to like talk to the right people. And calling is not enough. You have to go to these places and just like force your way in. And that sounds kind of crazy, but that is the reality. Like you just got to go and be like, hey, can I talk to you? Hey, is this person here? Hey, are they free? Do they have a minute? Do they have 5 minutes? And you just kind of have to be like a stalker. And honestly, that's how I've gotten a lot of jobs in my life. I just show up until they get irritated enough to be like, fine. So yeah. So that was cool. We now have it. We're super excited about that. And they're excited to collaborate with us and be a part of this vision and this project, which is really cool. So like I said, if you're filming something and you need a space, just talk to people, and I'm telling you, the right person will be there and they'll be like, let's collaborate. And not every time you're gonna have to pay or whatever. And sometimes you will pay, but sometimes that's the cost of producing or directing something. And you got to think of it as more of you're investing in yourself. It's not just like, oh, okay, I'm just going to try this thing. Like, no, this is providing you the space to do this project. Whether it turns out the way that you perfectly want it to or not, you're doing it and you're taking a step forward in your creative direction. So speaking of that, I restarted The Artist Way. I realized that I did it back in May, and then did it like fully through the summer, and now I'm doing it again. So I want to read a little passage from The Artist Way that stood out to me, especially recently. I'm feeling super drained energy wise, and I know it's because I'm doom scrolling, watching everything that's happening in the world right now. I'm not being creative, which makes me feel very disconnected from people in general, and that's not good. So this chapter is filling the well, stocking the pond. Art is an image-using system. In order to create, we draw from our inner well. This inner well, an artistic reservoir, is ideally like a well-stocked trout pond. We've got big fish, little fish, fat fish, skinny fish, an abundance of artistic fish to fry. As artists, we must realize that we have to maintain this artistic ecosystem. If we don't give some attention to upkeep, our well is apt to become depleted, stagnant, or blocked. Any extended period or piece of work draws heavily on our artistic well. Overtapping the well, like overfishing the pond, leaves us with diminished resources. We fish in vain for the images we require. Our work dries up and we wonder why, just when it was going so well, the truth is that Our work dries up and we wonder, just when it was going so well, the truth is that the truth is that work can dry up because it is going so well. Oh my God, God bless. We must become alert enough to consciously replenish our creative resources as we draw on them to restock the trout pond, so to speak. I call this process filling the well. So one of my goals when I started this process back in the summer was for my oh my God, guys, I'm sorry. I can't think. God help, my brain, it just stopped. I don't even know if it started, let's be so for real. Basically for my consumption to creation ratio to be the opposite, because I'm consuming constantly, and I'm not creating as much as I'd like to be. And I think that when we get caught up during the week, in consuming, whether it's social media, whether it is at work, other people, friends, family, whatever it may be, I get very easily consumed. And when I'm not outputting creation enough, that's when I really start to feel my energy drop. So I think it's your duty as an artist, as a creator, and as a person in general, even if you don't consider yourself, stop, don't eat that. Even if you don't consider yourself an artist right now, we're all human and we all need an outlet of some sort. So redoing this now as I'm leading up to this project is reminding me and kind of keeping me on track of where my energy is going, because I'm not really happy with where my energy is going. I'm going to be honest with you. So I'm feeling re-energized today, which is good. I did a little creative shoot last night, which was fun. I did want to read a passage from my Al-Anon. I think there was a quote that stood out to me. La 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 la. Oh, here we go. Okay, so this is a quote. When I used to make specific requests of God, I was so busy waiting for them to be granted that I didn't realize the answers were staring me in the face. I'm going to say that one more time for the people in the back. When I used to make specific requests of God, I was so busy waiting for them to be granted that I didn't realize the answers were staring me in the face. So for me, a lot of the things for this project that I was trying to do, like the location, like the clothes, resources, I have literally all resources at my fingertips, whether it is Google, whether it is local businesses who want to collaborate, my friends, other artists in the area. Like I had all of these things sitting in front of me that I was just not taking advantage of. And now that everything is coming to fruition because I put myself out there and I asked for help, and I also stopped and said, wait, we need to extend this. This is not the way that I want it. It's not representing who I am as an artist, who I am as a creator. So I think that we have to remind ourselves that if you're feeling like that and you're feeling like you're asking for answers from your higher power or from the universe, from whoever you are asking answers of, yourself, just sit and take a minute. Ask yourself why you're asking those certain questions, and what can you do in the moment to possibly give yourself those resources. So yeah, that is today. We're 20 days away. Super excited. Yeah. All right, guys. I need to go make chili. Love you.